Welcome back. You're still with Perspective, and we're talking to Tika and Effie. God, I didn't forget that. In terms of what is it, audience that you want to reach, are you focusing on women, on women's group, on any particular group, or is it
all of people?
Do you want to spread awareness, or do you want to lay a case? You want to demand something? What?
Our aim is for awareness.
Awareness.
And male allies are very, very important in ending violence against women, because statistics show that most of the perpetrators are male, but not all males are violent. We believe that a lot of men are very
considerate.
Yeah,
like me, for example.
Yeah,
I'm very considerate.
I can see that. A lot of men are very concerned about this issue. They don't want to be put in the same box as women, men who beat their wives and men who rapes. But they don't know what to do. So by doing a movement such as this one, we are inviting men to be a part of this movement, to actively fight violence against women.
Do you maintain contact basically when you have when you hold these things and afterwards the post issue? What do you do? Do you still I don't know, maybe through social media, through?
We individually go out there and people who were involved in 1 Billion Rising, after the event, we don't just stop there. We do
That's
different,
what I mean.
yeah, we do different things, but not under the wing of 1 Billion Rising particularly.
Right.
But like Effie is a filmmaker, and she makes works relating to this gender issue, and I'm a musician and I create music relating to this issue. And people who, because once we are aware of this issue and we know what needs to be done, then we go out in each of our own separate ways and do it in what we're good at. Yeah.
And when you say, okay, you want to spread awareness, basically you want to have change as well.
Right, yeah.
How do you think that will go about? By people getting to know about the issue more, or just knowing that your neighbor, for example, the wife is being beaten up, doesn't necessarily entails that you have something in you telling you, oh no, I should tell my neighbor not to beat his wife, for example.
Why not?
Well, you could, I suppose, but not everybody is so enterprising in that sense. Spreading awareness is fine. What is the next step that you want after the spreading of
awareness
so that
without
people know
action
that?
is nothing, I think. And so
And how do you go about getting people to actually act on it?
Right. As I said before, everybody that has their own field will spread the message in their own field. And right now, awareness is a very important thing because there isn't any awareness. But after that, we must act, each of us, in our different ways. Yeah, I think that violence happens very rampantly because of the silent majority, because people are aware but not doing anything about it.
Don't we hear about it in the press? I work in the press. I read reports and I read I don't know how many newspapers, and there are like wife beating is common, child beating as well. Abuse of women is.
But do we become desensitized over it?
That's what I mean. Awareness is one thing, and then what do you do after that?
Yeah, that's knowing. But being aware is more than just knowing something is happening.
Right.
Being aware is knowing and wanting a change and wanting to implement that change in your everyday life, which is what campaigns are about, I think. Social campaigns are about. It's not just so you just put out a few cases on the table and say, hey, here's what's happening, but giving them a channel of which, like, this is what you can do, and by doing opening up a dialogue with people who are already doing something to prevent or to do this issue. That's what awareness is.
For example, you, besides being a filmmaker, for example, documentary maker, I don't know what is it, documentary or is it a film?
Documentary.
Yeah. Besides that, how do you promote awareness about violence against women?
Sometimes I make videos about documentary about gender issues, or social, like something like that. So, and I shared my video on the YouTube.
Right.
So people can watch it and yeah.
In your everyday life, for example, outside of being a filmmaker, you can convey a message. What do you do? This is what I'm trying to get at is what do you do after you get aware, you become aware that okay, I should work to change this, but what do you do as a person, as an individual? What can you do? Spread the message further or actually act?
Both. I can do action to
Like what?
yeah.
Do you tell, for
Join
example, your
with- join
friends, you try to influence your friends, to try to
Joining-
influence your friends' fathers or whatever?
Yeah, joining 1 Billion Rising and invite my friends and my
To join
family
too?
to join too.
Oh, okay. What about you? You're
Well,
doing music. What
I
kind
do
of music?
I play in a band called Tika and the Dissidents, and a lot
The
of
kind of dissidents,
yeah.
wow, it's very telling. You're not your average then.
I guess not, but yeah, that's what I do professionally. But
Right.
in implementing it in my everyday life, the first step is for me to not commit violence against women or men,
Right.
which is already like a hard thing to do living in Jakarta. But
I concur.
but another thing is by opening up dialogue with people around me. I think that is actually more effective than we think. To having a group of friends, for example, who thinks that doing verbal sexual remarks towards women are an everyday thing, and which is exactly the point why we're doing this.
Right.
Everybody thinks that it's just it's a common thing.
Right.
Women dress a certain way, they deserve it. You know, that's how people commonly think.
Right.
But then I open up a dialogue and talk to them in a sense that if this happens if somebody says that about your sister or your girlfriend, how would you feel?
Right.
And actually simple steps like that, and they begin to change, you know, and some of them are actually men who are now very, very active in fighting violence against women because of the dialogue, because of the things
Right.
that we convey to them in everyday conversations and how we conduct our daily life. So that's actually a very, very effective tool.
Do you have
Yeah.
a case of, let's say, not wasted breath, but failure?
Oh, of course, yes.
Don't you get like violent in that sense? I would.
The urge is there. No, but yeah, we are all raised that to think that the reply for violence is violence. And some of the people that I talk to are lost cause. I can see that,
Yeah.
and I don't pursue them.
Right,
You know,
okay.
I pursue
Go
people
for
who
other
are
avenues.
open towards the message.
Okay. Let's break again. I need to drink actually.
Yes, let's.
Please don't leave us. We will be back soon.